Hello everyone, my name is Oshin and today I'm going to tell you about an exam that could land you into one of India's best schools for human resource management. And do you know the best part? You can get into that school even if you start preparing for the exam today. Let's dive in. The Tata Institute of Social Sciences or TISS is an 85-year-old school with campuses in Mumbai, Tuljapur, Hyderabad and Guwahati. The Mumbai campus is their main campus. TISS is known for its flagship program, which is an MA in Human Resource Management and Labor Relations. I know this sounds like a social science degree, but this is actually very close to an MBA, almost an MBA in fact. Actually, it's better than most MBA schools in the country. If we specifically look at some data, let's start with the placements, of course. For the HRM and LR program for 2021, we see that for a batch of 66 students, the average salary stood at 19.6 LPA, the median at 18.8, and the highest at 29.32 lakhs per annum. Sounds like a lot, right? It certainly is, especially if you consider the fees, which, including hostel expenses, is less than 2.5 lakhs for the 2 years. From an ROI point of view, TISS is stellar. Even if you look at the rankings, TISS along with XLRI stands among the top HRM courses in the country. So now that we've understood how good a school TISS really is, let's see how you can get into it. Admission process and eligibility. Stage 1 of the admission process for TISS includes Tissnet. Tissnet is a computer-based common screening test that TISS conducts for all its master's programs across all its campuses. It is basically a 100-minute test that consists of 100 MCQ questions. The main purpose of this exam is to shortlist candidates for the next stage. And that brings me to the second point, which is stage 2 of admissions. Now for 2022, details of stage 2 have not been announced yet. But generally, stage 2 for TISS consists of the interview and sometimes an additional 45-minute test. But don't worry too much, in pandemic years, it usually does not happen. Now let's take a look and understand what the eligibility criteria for TISS is like. Most of you would be eligible, but let's take a look regardless. The first thing is, you must successfully have completed a bachelor's or master's degree of a minimum of 3 to 4 years duration or its equivalent. If you're someone who's still in college, you are eligible if you will complete your degree by 31st October 2022. The second point that makes you eligible is, if you're studying in a 3-year degree program, you should have passed in all the subjects from the 1st to 4th semesters. And if you're studying in a 4-year degree program, you should have passed all the subjects from the 1st to 6th semesters. Exam pattern and syllabus. Tissnet is a 1 hour 40-minute long test divided into 3 sections: English proficiency, mathematics and logical reasoning, and general awareness. English and LR have 30 questions each, and GA or general awareness has 40 questions. They all total to 100 questions. There's no sectional cutoff for English or LR on Tissnet, but 35% marks or 14 marks is the cutoff for the GA section, which means general awareness section is the game changer here. So if you're someone who's not particularly good at quants, Tissnet is certainly a great opportunity for you. Now here there's no negative marking and each question will fetch you 1 mark. So basically 100 questions, 100 minutes for 100 marks. Now English and LR are the level of questions. Ours is up to class 10 and questions are not too difficult at all. On your screen now, you will see the syllabus for each section. This is the syllabus that's mentioned on the official website of TISS for 2022. Cutoffs and Preparation. The cutoff for Tissnet usually ranges between 70 to 75 marks out of 100 for the HRM program, which is the flagship program. It gets slightly lower for the second best program called ODCL, and it gets slightly even lower for other programs that TISS has to offer. To be on the safe side, you would want to score upwards of 75 out of 100. Of course, if the paper is easier, you attempt more questions. Coming to the preparation part, if you were a CAT aspirant, you would have already built the basics that would make the English and the Math and LR section seem pretty easy to you. However, there are some additional topics based on vocabulary and grammar, and some topics like number series, etc. in the LR section that you would need to prepare for separately if you want to do well. For the general awareness or GA section, preparation on a daily basis though is very important. This section in itself is very important for TIS, and it could be a game changer because a lot of people would even struggle to clear the cutoff. It could be the differentiator because the other two sections are not too difficult. The core of your preparation strategy for Tissnet should be to balance taking mock tests with learning vocab and grammar and practicing the different LR sets while rigorously preparing for current affairs. Timeline. The admission process for TIS for 2022 intake began on 17 December this year when the registration forms open. You can go onto their official website right now and register for Tissnet. The deadline for registering is 7th February. The exam will be held on 26th February, which is a Saturday. The exam time is 2 p.m. to 3:40 p.m. So don't worry about having to wake up early. The result date is yet to be announced, but it would likely be around end of March. Conclusion. All in all, Tissnet is too good an opportunity to be left. It does not matter whether your entrance exams so far went well or they did not. I understand if you'd be doubting yourself and be demotivated, but let me tell you that Tissnet is almost like a new opportunity. It does not matter what your strengths were or what they weren't, because TIS expects you to study really hard, and the GA section, could be a game changer here, like I said. So forget what's done, you start afresh and you start right now so you get the maximum time to make the most out of Tissnet. All the best.